right, we on?
Yes, we on. What's good with y'all?
Yep. Well, it's INFINITAIRE here. There's a couple of us. We're going to make some introductions shortly, but before we start, I always like to lead every meeting with a silent prayer. Everybody got different gods and everybody got different religions, so just for 5 seconds, we're gonna close our eyes and say a quick prayer. Amen. Hotep. Amen. So today we're starting the first meeting for the introductions for these. First, we're gonna go around the table, introduce ourselves, start with this host.
Yo, it's my name is Dominique Campbell, also known as DomPrints, Freedom Fighter 216, and that's me. What else do you want to know?
Good evening, everyone. Kaylee Tierney. I am a food and beverage coordinator, and not only on top of that, but I am part of ARES, IGA, INFINITAIRE, FUN, the Cartelians, and Archangel affiliation, and I'm blessed to be here. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Stony. I'm the owner of My Loud Radio, and I'm the founder of Inmate to Inspiration. And I am a community leader, and I'm always somewhere doing something that got something to do with the community, and that's how I ended up here.
No, I'm Trey. I'm just a supporter for all Black things.
And I'm Alex Shorter, Trouble Incarnate. But we already know I'm here for the right reasons. I'm a philanthropist, entrepreneur, author, community developer, award-winning strategist. If you never heard of me, you need to ask somebody. But today we have a very important matter that's been on our minds for a long time, something that we've been wanting to bring up to the community. It's been hard for us to have events lately because of COVID and all of the things that surround it, keeping people from interacting socially. But thanks to technology, my favorite little friend, we can get to anybody when we need to. So today we're going to bring up something we all know you want to talk about, and that's the police brutality in our communities. And we've seen the kneeling, we've seen the videos, we've seen the trends, then we watch them die, and we watch them go away until somebody get killed again. We march and we vote and we petition, and then we get distracted again until a little kid get killed by a cop. I know from my own experiences and others that it's time for us to make a dialogue into some action with bringing in community policing, about policing our own communities. We're going to discuss that, how it can be done, how you can contact us to find the funding to do it, and what the future holds for us when we have better relationships with our police departments, and our police departments have better relationships with our communities. That's the America we're looking for. So one of the reasons we're bringing up this subject is because Dom himself was a victim of police brutality, which we call domestic terrorist act, by tax-paid employees. And as a taxpayer, I don't feel like I should pay a cop to beat my ass because he don't know his own process, policies, and procedures. So, I know a lot of good cops, and we both agree that a lot of bad cops could use a lot more training. But we're going to let Dom let you know what happened, and we're going to let you know what we're going to do about it.
Okay. I'm just gonna give a brief of what happened, and leave it there though. I've been talking about the situation so much. That's why that I'm here today, that not get justice, but I'm here today to make sure that the next time somebody's making sure everything's okay, that they ain't got to get beat up for it. I'm making sure of that, or dang near killed. So that's basically what was going on. Like I go through, I film around the city of Cleveland, Ohio, I help people. I'm not one of those people that look at everybody as like they're a perfect person or nothing like that. Or I'm not looking for even police officers to be perfect. What I'm basically here for is to make sure that people is treated correctly when they're encountering with police officers. And that's what the main thing is here today, man. I appreciate each one of these people that's here. I appreciate them even far more than they know right now. So as Freedom Fighter 216, I actually read about different laws and things of that sort to make sure that I know what's going on out here, to make sure that other people will know. So I help other people to certain things, but I had slowly faded away from that because I didn't think people actually cared about that. But since I'm not here to worry about if you care or not, I'm here to make sure that the change does come. That's why I'm here. So I'm traveling down the street, and I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna just give you a brief, but imagine just traveling down the street and you actually trying to see if everything okay, and then somebody basically tell you to mind your business, right? Mind your business and get away from here. You gonna be like, because as a police officer, that's what you do. You're a reactive person. And police officers are supposed to be reactive. They're not supposed to be proactive, like, hey, you stop doing that. They're reactive, unless they're only saying stop doing that if you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. That's a harm to the public. So basically, I wasn't harming the public. And the police felt that they had to ask me a question, so I just answered their question. I could have ignored the police officer by right, because we have the right to remain silent. And you don't have to answer no questions. So the police officers, then they took it upon themselves to do all this other damage. But today, I don't want to fully go into the whole story. I just want to make sure that I let y'all know that we, as a taxpayer, no, I'm not talking. He may have said that as a taxpayer, I'm saying, and I know what he means, but as a human being, a part of this land, we should never have to go through that ever. And I don't care who you are. I don't think you should have to go through that. I don't think none of these people in here should have to go through that as a human being, man. So our human rights are being violated, and that's what I have been reading about for like the last 8 years, maybe a little longer, but 8 years at least, about how our human rights is being violated. So that's what made me try to start being a better person, to not violate somebody else's human rights. And if I disrespect them in the way that they feel I disrespected them, I try to apologize, so I make sure I make amends for what I've done to a person. These officers did this and had no care at all. Like, almost killed me in the streets. Can you imagine that? Like, I live in the hood and ain't never been jumped in Cleveland, Ohio. Nobody's ever jumped me. I've been in every neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio, and never been jumped ever in my life, man. No matter how much you like me or don't like me, I've never been jumped. So how do the police officers got the authority to jump anybody, man? On anything for nothing. For nothing. On anything. So that's why I'm here today, to make sure that people are aware that we're not, I'm not sitting here with them to be faking. None of us is faking in front of this camera. We is here because we want to see a change, and we have the numbers. No matter how many people you see on this camera, we have the numbers of people that is tired of this, man. They is tired of what's going on. So basically, we just want to make sure that the change happens.
Did you want to tell them where to see the video?
Okay.
Everything happening and everything.
Okay. Some of the video is on DomPrints. I appreciate this lady right here. Her name's Stony. She has My Loud Radio. I made a video talking stuff to her like a year ago because I respect what she was doing. So she shared my video on her page. I appreciate that. The police officers, what was your question again, bro?
Where was the video?
Okay,
No,
yeah,
the
yeah,
video
okay.
posted.
The video is posted on my page, but also others' pages. But you can find the video on my page, and I only put parts of the video up because the police officers they was breaking my phone in front of my face, and I almost didn't even listen. I gotta tell a story. You said we can tell a story. This one time somebody was getting choked, right? And they called their dad because nobody believed them that they really couldn't breathe. So their dad called the police. So the police, they're taking this as a joke when we say we can't breathe. So now our people is being scared to even say they can't breathe when they come across the police. And that's not cool. That's not cool. I said, for you, well, against the police, against the firemen, when I come across a fireman ain't never made me feel uncomfortable. And that's a person that you say we pay taxes for, to be an employee, to be a service of the community. So the police officers, I know I'm gonna be a little bit over everywhere because right now I'm still trying to mentally gather myself because I almost wasn't here. I don't care how funny these officers think it is. I never thought it was funny at all. And if you listen to the video, because they don't know, they could just hear me saying, help, right? I don't even ask people for help, not that much. So these officers, I'm completely stuck saying help because I cannot believe this officer just pulled my door open this quick about my window. But he ain't followed no directions, but want me to follow directions. Yeah, we finally get their report, so I ain't got to sit here and be in the shadows like, So if something happened to me, then guess what? I do care. So that's why I'm on here, so y'all can know. Don't let them get away with this at all. They gonna try everything that they want to try. And they even tried to make a complete story up about what took place, not knowing that my phone was recovered though. And the whole time I'm praying to God. I don't care what they say in their report. I'm praying to God because I was screaming for help and asking for help of somebody that's coming past. And then I'm thinking I'm on the phone. Somebody called me. No caller ID called my phone while I'm trying to press. I just got a phone in my hand. That's it. And I'm trying to press answer or record or something. It's like 3 different things I could do. So my mind racing. And now these officers then pull my door open. That's why I said I want to go because y'all wasn't there, man. And now when I'm being crucified, if you read this report and say that's why I said I first had to, and not my apologies, but first I gotta apologize to women, George Floyd, and my children. Because we sit here as men, we are the protectors, but we sit here and sometimes we think women, because we have come across women that just make it up. We have done that. But we think that women is just, we almost take that for granted when women say, damn, I was really scared. I was really scared. I've never been this scared in my life, man. I was really scared, man. And we take that for granted. So I had to apologize to women because I truly apologize because I've never been this scared in my entire life. I thought that I was not going to be here, thought that I was not going to be able to talk to any of these people. Nobody, when I seen my own face, the main thing I remember is I'm saying that my family's not going to know what happened to me. And my family may be like my biological people, but my other people, they not going to know what happened to me either. So yeah, it got crazy, man. And these officers, basically, they didn't care because even in their report, if they told you I couldn't breathe, I got on my page I got on the first video camera that was available to me because I was still so distraught sitting in the jail. Like, oh my God, they said they threw my stuff in the garbage. Damn, these dudes almost killed me. They doing that? I don't know nothing about none of this. And then all these people, after I post my video, they started reaching out to me. And they like, yeah, East Cleveland police did this, East Cleveland police did that. I'm like, damn. Some of this I never even heard of. A lot of this I ain't never heard about. So I'm chill, but I'm not. I'm disturbed. So I've been disturbed since I just pulled on the side of the road to make sure everything was cool. But I know we're here to hear some of what happened to me, but I'm just here to, again, I'm here to make sure people cool. I said that in the video, and I made sure that the officer knew. But before I can even say that I'm just making sure everything's okay, before I can even finish my sentence, they cut me off. So did you really want to know what I was doing? Did you really want to know? No, you wanted me to go mind my own business while you doing what you doing off the taxpayers' dollars. But forget taxpayer dollars. I'm saying off of human beings that's putting in hard work because we got families after this. We got kids, children to take care of. Not no kid, we got children to take care of. So yeah, man, it get a little deeper for me because when I say that when I started learning so that I can make sure that I enlighten others around me. And y'all know that that's been one of the main things that they don't want us to do is to make sure that we enlighten others of what's going on and where we're losing that so that we could win. So I'm just making sure that we, and not if you as a color barrier person, I mean we as a people, human.
Thank you for sharing that. So what kind of solutions do you recommend?
Like solution, well, for now, the best solution I do for myself is while I'm traveling down the road, I do something. I will yell out the window though. I will yell out the window. Give them a break. If they ain't did nothing crazy, give them a break, man. I do drive down the street and say give them a break, but that's my brand. That's Freedom Fighter 216. So realistic thing though, besides yelling out the window, is just like if they got body cameras, the police officers should have. I think that the police officers should have to give their body cameras over. They're like at the end of every shift, and even matter of fact. It's almost hard to say, but they got all these cameras out on everybody else. They doing all these secret investigations and stuff like that. So why is the people that has the most control over the streets, why do I have to wait till their video camera goes to all their people? But over here, my family is getting damaged and my family's been damaged. So why would I have to wait? So a solution that I would think is that the police officers should be able to give body cam footage the same day, or the police officers should have their body cameras on 24 hours or whenever they're working, I should say. That's one of my main solutions. And then some of the stuff I'm not going to say on here because I don't want y'all trying to steal an idea.
We know how y'all niggas do.
No, I'm saying I'm being serious though, because some people just come to listen to people that they think
try to run with it. Yeah, we're familiar with all that. Yeah. But I wish somebody would run with it. They can have all the ideas we got if it's gonna save lives.
Okay.
I don't even care.
For sure.
That's why we're here to share. Anybody want to add to that?
As far as like solutions to this, honestly, I mean, going to that movie, what was that movie with Wesley Snipes and that one movie that they was with the police. Anyways, there's a movie and they have like these tickets that Demolition Man. Thank you. that they were given these tickets and these guidelines always on them, around them, always that need to be in their face so that they know how to go through certain protocols. Now that we're in a new changing time where these certain situations keep repetitively happening, there's no way that it keeps repetitively happening up to this point in our human life. Out of all of the humans that came before us and that are coming before us in the future, that this same process is going on. My basic mentions at the end of the day is that there needs to be proper protocol and procedures, plain and simple. So that way we don't have mothers, grandmothers, wives, girlfriends, whoever, or just family in general, worried about the safety of not just our young and our Black men, period, but ourselves at the end of the day. So
they do have paperwork to tell cops how to do their job. It's called training manuals. We went to I went to a Supreme Court hearing.
So the police always talking about they scared and all this, right? This what I don't understand. Like police, when they approach a Black male or something, they approach me. I'm gonna just say me because I get approached a lot. I'm gonna say me. I ain't talking about nobody else. They always saying they scared. They doing this for my safety and their safety. You know what I'm saying? But yet again, 2 days ago, I just had a cop grab my door. All these carjackings in Cleveland going on. A cop, one of y'all fellow brethren, just got carjacked and killed himself. And he ain't announced himself. It wasn't no sirens blasting, blaring, nothing. I was in the car with him. It wasn't nothing going on. We didn't know no police was
on my birthday.
He looking down on his phone. He looking down on his phone. I'm sitting there. I just came out of the store. I'm sitting there doing what I'm doing. I ain't paying them nothing, no attention around me. He just grabbed my door and opened it. Now all these carjackings going on. If you a police officer, you already saying you scared, you on edge.
Right.
So why wouldn't you announce yourself 10 minutes before you got to my car?
Police
You know, I'm over exaggerating, but why wouldn't you announce yourself?
He could have hit his
horn, that little he could have hit his lights to notify me. He could have shined the big light on the car into the car. He didn't do none of that. He crept up on us, trying to see what we were doing.
Right.
But then you grabbed the door, though. Then you grabbed the door, and I told him, I'm glad you the licensed firearm, period. Because had I had the firearm, we'd be in a whole different place and situation right now.
If I didn't notice he was a cop,
right? Because he never said police
his
or nothing.
ass to saving my own life. That was justified.
He never said, "Hey, he didn't grab the door
and
say
say police or anything."
Once
I don't have a split second to be like, "Is this a nigga in the mask or a cop?"
Right, exactly.
I don't got time
because they don't make decisions like that. If the shoe would have been on the other foot and the cop door would have got grabbed, he would have just started shooting.
Right.
And it nobody wouldn't have seen nothing wrong with that or said like, "Oh, he should have." But if he would have did the exact same thing, they'd be like, "Man, you should have knew that was a cop. And you killed the cop. And you have no regard for human life. You just started shooting." But what else is I'm supposed to do when you open my door? Why would you grab this door handle without saying police or anything? Why would you do that? You didn't pull me over and I knew I was being pulled over by the police. You crept up behind me to sneak up and see what I was doing in the car. Then I wasn't even doing nothing illegal, clearly, because I got let go. So you just snuck up trying to catch somebody do it. But y'all always saying y'all scared is my point. So if y'all so scared, how y'all keep putting yourself in these situations to be scared? If I know I'm scared to walk through this certain neighborhood after school every day,
right.
I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid going through that certain neighborhood. Now you a cop, that's like you said earlier, they reactive and not proactive.
Right.
But he was trying to be proactive. You see what I'm saying? You was trying to creep up on me. I was doing nothing wrong but sitting at a store. But it could have went a whole different way. It could have just had God not been on our side, or you know what I'm saying, fate not been on our side for it not to go that way. But it could have went a whole different way because we didn't know this was the police. The door was open, so the shots would have been fired at this time. But then he was like, then I seen his vest and his light, his flashlight. He's like, police. I'm like, oh, what is it? Because I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Off rip when he opened the door. I don't got no firearm because I ain't allowed to have one. But he do. So what if he is like, oh, that's my cousin? Who the fuck grabbed my door? It's only me and him in the car. And we out of a neighborhood that we don't even be in. a store we going to get her from work. We stopped at a store we never usually stop at. So it's not like somebody noticed this car and was just grabbing the door because they knew us and none of that. We really already on.
So jacking in progress.
Exactly. They could have went a whole different way.
So
But
we
my thing
agree
is
already
is
is the
because
train.
they were so scared. If y'all so
If y'all
scared,
so
why is
scared.
y'all putting yourself in positions
Right.
like your
Right.
position? When not to put the whole story out there, but when you pulled up to that thing, you didn't say nothing. They stopped you and asked you some questions, so they put themselves again in another messed up position because you never said nothing, and clearly you can see you hanging out of the window with a phone.
But don't
So
they
they
put
just-
themselves in these positions because they don't care?
Exactly, you're not scared.
They're
You're showing that
putting
you're
themselves in
looking
these
for
positions because
confrontation.
they're the police. They don't care. They want
In my eyes, they be looking for confrontation,
Or
looking
die.
for a reason
And leave
to
their
shoot
family that
something.
pension.
I guarantee you, most of these cops is young, right? Most of these cops young. So after they kill somebody or shoot somebody, they just like after a street dude or a hood nigga shoot somebody and they all go back to where they going and laugh about it.
Right.
The police do the same shit.
Right.
After they
I see.
manhandled you and did all that, they want to laugh. Like, did you see when I put my foot on this nigga? So they do that same shit too. After they done doing what they doing in the streets all day, they go and talk about it. They talk about what they did on the job that day with their family, their friends, their wives, and have a beer and laugh about it like it was funny because they be looking for action. That's why they say they don't want to ride no desk because they looking to be in the streets to mess with people, to create these situations, to put themselves in these situations. You literally going out here and being, like you said, proactive. You going out here looking for something to stop. You going out. That's why they stop illegal search and seizure. That's why they can't just approach us on the street like they did you. You could have been stopping. He could have been stopping for any reason. So everything after that shouldn't even matter. Because why did you even say anything to me? I'm all the way across the street. You can see it's 5 cops out here, so y'all got each other's back. Y'all not scared of a dude sitting across the street in the car. So you approach me looking for a situation. You put yourself in the situation we now have before us.
That answered you.
Exactly.
That answered you.
Now you see what you get when you being overzealous and you just doing stuff for no reason, wherever you did it, you just doing stuff and you going out here every day with this mentality that you a cop and you really badass and you over everybody, you have the authority because nothing can stop you because no cop is being held accountable. You just think this cop killed this dude over here. You just think these cops, this is how you got trained. This is how your superior officer trained you. Yeah, this is when you get out here, man, you gotta watch these dudes, man. You see him right here, that's how they profile it off rip. So now this young rookie cop coming in with the mentality of it's him against the people, not him protecting the people. The cops feel like it's them against us, like we feel like it's us against them. You know what I'm saying? They feel the same way. So that's what it's a war. This is like a war. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get stopped
hold on. I don't feel it's me versus the police because I'm here for human rights. Like he checked me about what he's saying about. He was right about that though, because we are supposed to share. But I'm here, but he's right about the feeling of how people feel
That's
when
how
it comes
most
to
general people feel when it comes to law enforcement.
Yeah.
But it ain't, it's because they feel like that. They start that. We don't
We be
necessarily
even
feel
asking
like,
for resolve.
we
be
don't
like,
necessarily feel like,
how do we stop y'all from killing us? They be like, shut the fuck up. We be like, we just want y'all to stop shooting niggas in the back. Then quit running. Like that.
Because they're the authority. They're the higher up. They feel like they're over. They don't feel like they're here to protect us. They feel like they're here to guard us. They feel like they're here to arrest us, not protect us. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like that. They're not using that word on the side of their car. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Just like they say, I'm grouped in with this group because I'm black. You put the majority on me because I'm black and I got tattoos. So now I'm considered a part of them.
Right.
So if you a cop, get your brothers in order.
Get
You know what I'm saying? Get your brothers in arms in order.
Thank you.
If you don't want to be mixed in with this group of cops that's out here doing all this, well, you need to get them in order. You come up with a solution, because you a cop. Why did you become a cop?
Right.
What is your reason for being a cop?
I was gonna become a cop to come up with solutions.
Right.
I always wanted to be a detective
Right.
until a cop beat me up.
I actually
Fucked up, ain't it? I still love Batman though, and Dick Tracy.
and that's crazy
And
because
Sherlock
I actually
Holmes.
was gonna like when I was in school and the in high school, my last 2 years of school, I was doing a PSOP program at one of the local community colleges. And I was going to school for CJCS, CST. If those that don't know the abbreviation, that's a criminal justice and crime scene technology. And I was supposed to go to the Marines and be either a coroner for the Marines and or a policeman, flat out. And
So it ain't that people don't want to be cops, it's that it's just.
They become the cops
Like,
that's cops
what
now
you think,
become a cop for the
Sonny?
wrong reason.
I didn't
feel
hear
like.
Stoney's, what do you think is a good answer to this?
What's the question?
What was a good solution? How can we,
My solution is always the same. I just think coming together, when we come together, we figure out the solutions together. So my solution is coming together where we all can put our brains together to figure out what is the best solution. Because all police officers are not bad.
Right.
You know, like sometimes there is no reason when a police officer should kill and do all that other stuff. But sometimes some people, when police are trying to get them or whatever they try to do, arrest them, sometimes the stuff that we do is like, sometimes like we're not asking to be killed, but I done seen different situations where it's like, dude, chill the fuck out. Like, you know that the police will kill you. So relax, don't do this. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't piss them off. So I think it's just really a conversation between the community and the police and finding some kind of respect.
Break that ice and find
Yeah,
respect. That's the plan. That's what I've been trying to do for a long time. I love that. Because a lot of you guys, like you said, a lot of the people in our community, they not all the way there in their head.
Absolutely.
So, like, you could tell me, like, hey, chill out, for the police gonna kill you. I'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. You should.
Right.
But another guy going on no better or going through something or mentally disturbed, he ain't got his medication.
Right.
He gonna be like, oh.
Ain't that wrong right there,
And then
though?
right then and there,
To
you
have to feel like that?
Right.
I got to say it before
Right.
they ain't that wrong right there? That's
Right.
This is the
Right.
same person that, as a kid, I learned is supposed to protect me. This when I'm a kid, they say, if something happening at your home, somebody doing something to your mama, you call them. So now I grow up and now I'm 30, and I gotta be like, oh, let me shut up before they shoot. Let me not do this before they shoot. Let me automatically put my hands on
I've called the police. I've called the police for protection.
Not let me be like, hey, yeah, this is
They'll run your name.
Right.
You'll call them and they'll be like, you got ID? I'll be like, no, I got fucking ID. I live here. I called you.
Right.
Yeah, be like, we need to see ID. I'll be like, hurry up, get it.
You automatically treat me hostile on
as soon as
initial from the initial encounter.
I got
hostile.
robbed for some money for a car by some white guys out in the country. The police ran my name.
Because look, guess what? And now they running your name and see how they should deal with you. I feel like
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
Guys,
that's what I
they
feel
see a
like.
lot
Why
of
you-
felonies
if
and
something
stuff. They
happened
feel
to
like
me,
they could jump
if
on
something
you.
happened to
Oh,
me
he's a
already,
criminal.
and I call you, why do you need to figure out my background and see
How you want to help?
to see how you want to deal with the situation? You trying to figure out, okay, let me see, is he a criminal already? If he ain't a criminal, then I might could believe him. Let me deal with it. That's why they asking you your name, so they can see how they about to deal
And
with
when
you,
you
how they
come
about
to
to respond to you.
When you come to my car, I want you to run my plates first
Absolutely.
and find out who you
Who
dealing
you
with.
dealing with?
You feel me?
Absolutely.
Don't just come to my car being cocky like you is Superman. So
Because
yeah.
a lot of these people, when you run their shit, you do see that they are violent.
Yeah.
So they need to know that when dealing with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When they looking up your record, this person does this. So at least we can know. So I really don't care about you running my name. Just treat me with respect, and I'm gonna treat you the same. Run my name, please.
Because some people got bad histories and
Absolutely.
they're not bad people.
Absolutely.
Right.
So you can't judge them by that, you know.
Right.
So, who's our new
Okay,
guest?
so my name is Bonnie. I came to just support him. I worked as a case manager, so I work with people with mental health. So I saw a lot of discrimination on that side.
A lot of that.
I was telling him before, a lot of my clients, I would sometimes have to mandate them to go to jail, and then because of their behavior, but they're not getting treated like a mental health patient when they're getting on the
Absolutely
document.
not.
You know what I'm saying? They're getting treated like even worse because you bipolar, schizophrenic, so we gonna treat you a certain way. So I just wanted to stop in and just kind of hear what you guys were saying. But like I was saying, when you were talking about people acting like accountability, like it's both sides.
Absolutely.
Like we give it too many reasons for
Right.
them to
Yes.
react this way, even though it's
Absolutely.
not right. And so, just accountability. Like I said, I work with people in that mental health community, dual diagnosed, and they really get discriminated against because of what they're going through. I've talked to POs, judges that are laughing about the situation. You know, oh, why he can't make it? He ain't got a bus ticket. Oh, he was probably high last night. He was. Where's
That's
that
it.
help?
They
Like
go
you,
down for
I'm
this.
literally on the phone with
Same
people like
way.
I can't condone this. I cannot work in this field if I can't really do nothing. Because now I gotta call the client and say, oh, they can't do nothing. They cussing me out. What? And I'm just like, I'm just the messenger, but this ain't right. I be telling them I don't agree with this either. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on behind the scenes in that sector. So that's all.
Well, Bonnie, I appreciate that, because that side of the industry, I mean, that side of this conversation always seems to go like kind of swept up underneath the table. And
Yeah.
we live in a world now, like I was saying earlier, where there are a lot of people suffering through all sorts of type of illnesses.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what they're doing is all a mental thing.
Mhm.
And certain people aren't built for the process that they're about to be put through, going through whatever procedure or check or search or whatever that they need to do moving forward with things. But at the end of the day, it's really about the mental health too.
Yeah.
It
The
really
police don't do mental health evaluations.
Absolutely.
They don't.
I think they should do that.
Absolutely. Because a lot of them are dealing with a lot. I'm
A lot
sure,
of
you
stress
know.
and a lot of
You
even
done
a
killed
lot of
somebody,
bad
you're gonna be on
stress.
pins and needles,
Even
okay?
with
And then here I
stress.
come.
Yeah.
Now you gonna kill me too, because you are already stressed out because you done killed somebody already. Or you saw your partner kill somebody. Or you know that everybody in your line of duty is half and half, some good, some bad. So that's what they need some type of mental evaluations themselves because they already are biased. You know what I'm saying? They already thinking all black people are dangerous and violent and aggressive. So if they would have some proper mental training themselves, they probably would be able to say, you know, I'm not afraid of this person, you know, like I'm not afraid of this other person, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a white person or something like that. Maybe some mental health, you know, mental evaluation for both sides, the community and the police.
I got something else to
By the
say.
same organization.
Absolutely.
So it could be analyzed.
On the same thing, on the
and
same
done by the
page.
same people, yeah, that's definitely something. Our organization.
Also,
will
they
look
should get a
into.
different target. For real, they need a different target at the shooting range. Try that too, because they say
Exactly.
all people see is black. So every day that you shooting at this target, I
Yeah,
didn't
they
want to
do.
typically believe that, but mentally,
But they do.
when you keep showing them
Yeah,
something,
they do.
Color
Yeah,
therapy is what it's called.
yeah.
I think
Before
they
they
need,
used the
like,
silhouette, they had actual criminals, and most of them was African Americans and Puerto Ricans on the pictures.
They need like secret
Right.
shoppers, like how McDonald's get evaluated with they manager come in.
That's what I was
So
too.
you hear me? They need like that. Like they need not like people who like they pull over and they don't know that these are secret coppers. Like a secret. It's a cop who evaluate and they traffic stop. Like that for real though. They need that. Like
Cause that'll blow their mind.
that'll blow
For
their
them
mind. You know what I'm
to,
saying?
for
They
them to
get
stop
evaluated
beating me up,
and
get
shit.
aggressive, then pull out my ID to see that I work for the government.
Right.
And I work for this particular organization that evaluate that. Now uncuff me and now
No, like it's
I was
purpose.
about to
like
score.
that,
You gotta
Oh,
show
no.
what your superiors gonna be like. You pulled over, you're not even gonna know who it was. You gonna be like,
Until
pull
later
over
on
10
that day
people
after that
today.
shit.
Yup, and then like one of them was a so employee.
And this how
And
you
this
got
how you got evaluated. And this what we gonna do
it.
about it.
Then they're
This what you either gonna be out here or moving up or going down and learning some more before we put your ass out here endangering the public. Because your head ain't right. You got a goddamn gun. And you mad at your wife and son and want to take it out on whoever you think is a problem. You can make them a problem. I done seen people be nice and still get attacked.
Right.
Like, damn, maybe if you was meaner, they wouldn't attack you.
Right.
Or maybe they'd killed your ass. So it's always a flipping coin with this shit. Because I done been pulled over. I don't know how many times in my life. I got pulled over with my mama for the first time about a month ago. The cop pulled us over for no damn reason. They fucking know. I told her that the police was sitting there. I was like, them cops doing something. I didn't know what they was doing. Said they doing something. They about to fuck with somebody. She went in her friend's house. I sat in the car. She got in the car. We pulled out. Saw them pulling out. I said, they finna fuck with me. She was like, no, they not. I said, man, I'm so used to
Creating
this shit.
situation.
So they pulled behind me. The cop said, they'll take $2. I said, no, it ain't. He take out the machine. I said, go ahead, do it. He put it on there. Look at me. The damn machine ain't come on. He gonna say, this one don't work. I said, you got another one? He's like, I'm gonna go back to my car. Can I get your ID before I go back to my car? That's not fucking procedure right then and there. You already illegally pulled me over. I still got his card. After he checked the car, he kept saying he smelled weed. They're not even allowed to say that because weed smell like too many things. He don't even know his own laws in his own state. Then I had to tell him I had a gun. And we need to start teaching our people that. When they ask for my gun, I put my hands up and I lean and show them the gun. If they say, hand it to me, I say, you get it. He got pulled over with me. I said, no, you grab it. And the cop grabbed the gun off my hip. Because last thing I need is you asking me to take my gun off my hip and your scary ass partner come around the corner and he see me pulling the gun and blaze my ass.
Not knowing you just told me
to reach for the gun and remove it. We need to start teaching shit like that.
It was a mistake.
Don't touch your gun in front of no cop. Don't touch nothing.
Right.
Don't fucking touch nothing. You drop your cell phone, leave it on the fucking ground. Don't lean over. We gotta start teaching that too. Proper procedure, like
Proper procedure when you're getting pulled over.
and we're dealing with the police.
Don't keep on making excuses like the police shouldn't. No, if the police pull you over, chill the fuck out.
Chill the fuck out. You gotta know how to put your hands on the steering wheel.
We're not living in that day and age where we be like, oh, the police are protecting and serve. That doesn't happen. The police are killing our people. So when you get pulled over, chill the fuck out. You just gotta.
Hold on. I hear what she's saying, and I agree with her to an extent.
Right.
If somebody disrespect me, I know it's not always you gotta be macho. That's not what it's about. But police should have respect. It ain't about police like what he was saying. Police should have respect when they come to the car until you give them a reason, not to like just the same.
Because we might snap.
Yeah, like just like you can snap, officer.
Like she said,
a person can.
For years and years of keeping it cool, one day I got pulled over for no fucking reason at all, and I snapped.
Right.
I said, for fucking what? Leave me the fuck alone. He would move back out the car. I'm like, I'm not getting out the fucking car. He would grab this. He said, if you don't get out of the gun, I'm gonna tase you. So I got out the car and I opened the car and I was aggressive as fuck. Honestly. I was like, fuck your So look, this would save the situation. The cop, he looked scared. He had his hand. He said, stand back or I'll tase you. I said, this one I don't like fucking with you. You said you was gonna tase me, but your hand on your fucking gun. He looked down and saw his hand on his gun and moved it to his taser. I said, you didn't even know you was grabbing your fucking gun. And I heard a bottle bust. And me and the cop looked over and there was an old lady at the bus stop shaking. Like about to cry, shaking, dropped her bag, shaking like this, praying and shit. I said, man, hurry up and run my fucking name so we can go. Because I'm not about to get killed in front of this old lady. You get what I'm saying? So even he was scared. I was mad. I'm tired of getting pulled over. Y'all pull me over, don't find shit, cut my seats.
Right.
Who the fuck does that? You didn't find nothing in my car, so you gonna cut my leather seats like a bitch because you jealous? Because you just ran my name and I'm a prominent, well-known businessman? You got $3,000 in your pocket, legal money, leave my shit alone, and fucking receipts in the bag too. Now you want to take my money. You don't even care what the fuck I'm doing or not doing. You want my fucking money and my fucking gun. I had to get my gun back from the police a dozen times.
Right.
Who got time for that shit?
Right.
They don't even know they laws. I was open carrying.
Right.
Police went fucking crazy.
Excuse me. The reason why I'm saying why I say it to an extent is because I don't do that to people. You feel me? I don't sit here and try to. I'm like, even if somebody's like, oh, with that camera, I'm not. Hold on, first pause. It's not. This camera does not make it. I'm my own person. Way before this camera.
Exactly.
So if I come to you with respect, that uniform don't make you higher than me.
But they think that it does.
Well, that's not my fault.
Right. But
So,
it ain't your fault. But because if you like demanding respect from them, that's how sometimes it gets into a different situation because, I mean, the fact is police feel like they are bigger than regular people.
This our people.
That's
was
what the
taking
badge
over,
done gave them, you know what I'm saying? But that's what power do to people. Sometimes it ain't even police officers, it's judges or lawyers or prosecutors. When they get power, they feel like they are
above.
period. You know what I'm saying? So the respect is
Now
gone
they don't serve the people no more.
at all.
They come from serving the people to serving the people.
Yeah. And they like, so I me myself, I just tiptoe around them because I know I can't think they really gonna respect me. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta continue to respect myself.
But and then like she said, she like you worked in it, she worked in it. I got Mason Bros with cops, judges, magistrates, lawyers who became federal judges, and a lot of them they went to Glenville, they from the hood. You know, they might be too busy to come up with ideas like this, but maybe we should bring it to them too. Maybe we should be like, well, we came up with a community meeting that's gonna talk to the community about being more social with our police in our community. But that take knowing them. What cops on what shifts, what cops in what neighborhoods. Now that make them more responsible too, because now we know you want to beat at this time, at this day, this year. We know what cops out here and what cars. You know what I'm saying? We probably feel more comfortable if something happens to approach them like, help me. Like I'll dread, God forbid, I ever gotta run up to a damn police car waving my hands. Cause they more likely to get scared of me, like, what this nigga doing? Running up at us, waving his hand. What the fuck is that? Hell. They gonna be like, nigga, did he say scalp? But as a black man, like you said, not to use the word scary, but it is kind of fucking frightening knowing that I'm getting pulled the fuck over for no fucking reason. Not saying, I was speeding, I ran a red light, sorry, officer. You get pulled over for fucking nothing. We saw a car, we looking for a car that didn't fit your description. What?
Yeah, I've been through that.
Nigga, let no
Yeah, most of the people who we saw killed on TV in front of us was doing nothing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
All those people selling CDs, walking home from the store, you know, they weren't doing that. Right, they wasn't doing that.
Because some dumbass cop said, reach for your wallet, and I always show people that my gun right here, my wallet right here. If a cop say reach for your wallet, do not fucking reach for your wallet. It's too close to your gun. How the same cop gonna tell him reach? Oh, I see your gun. I got a gun. I see it. Where's your wallet? It's right here. Reach for your wallet. He reached for his wallet. That motherfucker started shooting. See, he was reaching for his gun.
Right. All the time.
He just told you he had a gun.
I don't do nothing when I get put over, because I get put over a lot. I don't know why.
And we need that.
Yeah,
I think we should
yeah,
have. I think we should have.
Nothing.
So-
I get crazy. I'm literally terrified of the police.
One of our solutions is a couple of years ago, we started working on a project called ARES. ARES is Allied Resources to Economic Sustainability. It's a community program that's like Neighborhood Watch on steroids. Where somebody like me, a businessman who live in my community, who registered to carry a firearm, who by law can protect those in my community. If I see somebody trying to really hurt you, I can put them down. And you'll feel more comfortable with your neighbor or your friend protecting you than you gotta call away from you. That don't really, it don't resonate with how police really work.
Right.
And we got veterans in our communities who need the job, who want the jobs. They with the protective side of our country, that's all they ever want to do.
Right.
Make it available for them to make money to police the communities they live in.
And they teach cops to just be aggressive. Like as soon as they grab your wrist, aggressive. They talk to you aggressive. They not using de-escalation tactics.
They're not using de-escalation.
That's the part like, how you doing,
And that's
sir?
my point.
So
So
it's your ID. They come into the car like, don't move.
So
Don't do it. They come in aggressive already. So
Right.
now the situation is aggressive.
Right.
That's just like if you at home with your girl. And
No,
y'all talking about
you made the
something,
right point.
and she get loud. Now y'all automatically everything is
look.
aggressive.
So look, but with that point, the point you made is
No, you're right.
it's easier to de-escalate the situation yourself. Like if something happened right now, and Dom and all of us got to argue, and Dom de-escalate the situation because this is his spot. People feel more comfortable with it and listen to him and respect him because this is community, this is house. This is neighborhood. See, we didn't have any problems when we had gangs. It was less crime when we had gangs. Because gangs kept other strangers from stealing kids out the community, from bringing drugs into their community if they weren't selling it, and even the damn police. We didn't have police be scared to come to certain communities. They'd be like, I ain't going in there. They crazy.
And when
You know
they
what
go
I'm
in there,
saying?
they roll up on them like Tamir Rice. That's how they roll up on them,
Mhm.
just like Tamir Rice.
Right.
They automatically coming aggressive. They not. I ain't never me personally getting aggressive with a cop like because I'm automatically knowing that I fit the profile of a nigga that's gonna get shot.
Right.
So I'm de-escalating. How you doing, officer? What's going on? I'm automatically on the defense. Like I don't want no trouble. I want this to go as smoothly as
I
possible.
never in my
But
life
they
met
come
a
in
nigga
trying
say,
to.
ooh, here come the police, let's get ready.
Right.
Exactly. I ain't never seen the cop and was like, man, fuck them. Fuck the police. I don't want no problems. So I'm going the other way when I see the police anyway. They coming towards me, approaching.
Now, what if they need our help? Now, that's fucked up because I want to help you, but what's going to happen when you
Right,
I hear you on
like
that.
if somebody was like, for instance, your situation, if dude was over there getting rowdy, say you knew dude, you like, bro, just chill, man, don't give him no reason.
Yeah,
You might have been the mediator in between the police and him. You feel what I'm saying? But the police ain't even giving you that chance. They're
And
like,
that's
get the
what
fuck
we
out
wanna
here with
do.
that camera. What is you doing over here?
Now tell me this.
Automatically
I don't even know how they
Would
say
you
it,
been
still.
would you been more comfortable if you knew that you could roll up your window, stay in your car, and wait for someone in your community to come and handle the situation?
Oh yeah, if I would
Before
know
the police
exactly who I
touch.
can call in that moment, you hear me?
And that's the
And
problem.
then-
People don't know who to call.
Hey,
Right, because don't we have violent interrupters here?
Oh,
Violence interrupters?
I ain't never even heard of
But
that.
no, about time violence, this is the thing though.
by the time
Hold on,
violence
when
Violence
gets
get there,
interrupted, it
the
started
police
already.
officers have already been broke your window unless they will have to know
That
They would have
the
to know
procedure. That had to
the
be a
procedure.
procedure.
Well, like in Jersey, so in Jersey, they do
I get what
things
you're talking
different, but we have violence interrupters here, like renounce to denounce. Those are violence interrupters.
What is that?
Renounce to
Because I
denounce.
never even heard of that.
It's a lot of them, but they mainly work a lot in schools and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They really target the youth. But in Jersey, these people that they have like GMAC is one of them in Jersey. Gangsters making a difference in the community or something like that. So GMAC is called when the police is called. So usually when the police get there, GMAC is getting there at the same time to try to get that shit calm before the police get there. So that's because that's how they do it in Jersey. So they're working with the mayors, with the police officers. Everybody's working together. So when stuff happens, GMAC gets called as well. So everybody is coming to whatever the scene is at the same time. So before the police can do some things, these other people are already on the scene trying to make everything calm or something like that. So we have that here, but we don't have the call, like we don't have that chain of action here in Cleveland, where when the police is called, denounce to renounce is called as well. They are really those people are really they renounce to denounce however it go, but they mainly work in the schools. So when something is going on at the schools and they like, oh, call the police, they run and they make sure that they're at the scene of the high schools or the whatever schools before the police get there. Because their main target is the youth. So they're trying to prevent all of this stuff with the youth. But like I said, in Jersey, they call these people, so they come at the same time. So if Cleveland could sort of get that, what they do in Jersey, you know what I'm saying? That's in Newark that they do that.
We working on something like that.
Right.
That's a lot of the reason we wanted to bring up the community police.
Yeah.
Because it's millions of dollars in grants for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like telling people about it. Go out and get them. Go get
Absolutely.
the grants. Find them, get them, apply them to your community.
Right.
It'll save lives and it'll change the way we all live. And it's time for a change. But yeah, I've never heard of that. That's really good.
Yeah, they come to a lot of my events. They
look that
deep as fuck. It's a lot
I'm
of
sure
them.
it should be. Once you got something like that in your community, now it's your responsibility to be part of it.
It is
Because
a
y'all
lot
always
of them.
crying about helping shit, but when we put shit together, everybody has something more. I get if you got a wedding or somebody passed or the kids sick or whatever, but most people don't care about this shit until it's their problem. And we want to stop it from being the next person's problem, you know, because we won't hear from a person and then I get a phone call 2 weeks later, some police beat somebody's son up and they want me to make a move, and I'm like, we was making moves 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I can't just throw your son up front and we all focus on what happened to him. Because we already focused on what happened to the last kid last month. But we do need people to be more, you know, more together about it. Like, don't wait till it happens to you. We can already be ready before it happens to you. Like she said, first responders do. That's what we want. I want to be able to be like, nope, show them a card, be like, I'm waiting till my lawyer and my ARES member brothers get here. I'm not getting out the car, officer, and don't bust my window. And like you said, they don't even know they laws.
Right.
Because they not even supposed to bust your
They're
window.
not supposed to.
And they will though. They're like, get off before I bust it. Steroids kicking in. They want to bust the window, grab you out and shit. Like, my nigga. And you ever see like it'd be the biggest black man. You could tell they not fighting back.
Most people don't even know that when you get pulled over, you can ask for a supervisor. I ain't even know
Right,
that. I just found out about
that. Imagine.
like every time you could act, hey, I don't want to even go through all that. Like, get your supervisor here, then we can go through all that. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that. Hold on. Imagine that I've known that for the last 8 years. And for this police officer to be saying he was at my door to get my license, and you heard what the officer, his commanding officer said, I'll get it.
He said, I'm gonna get his ID and give him the ticket.
Right. So,
but I just threw that out there because a
lot
lot of people
don't
even know.
A lot of people
when you
don't
pull it
know.
over. A lot of people don't know their rights in general, but when you pull it over, you allowed to ask before you
For the
interact
commanding
for their
officer.
commanding officer that's on shift at that time.
For sure.
To be and make sure that their body cams is on and all that.
So the officer in the OFIC, because some of these people, like they the officer in charge.
Because they feel like they're in charge of you. People in the not that they work for you, but they work over you. They in charge of you, not y'all. We the community, y'all taxpaying citizens, like he said. We work for y'all. We're here to protect and serve y'all. No, they're not doing that. They coming to us like we
Already did it.
Yeah, like we already have, like we've done something when we called them. So now people don't even want to call y'all. They want to handle the shit themselves or figure out a different solution than calling the police.
I was sick one time. They called the police for the ambulance, and the police showed up instead of the ambulance. And the police covered the house in cars and lights, and then wouldn't leave when we told them to leave. And then wouldn't leave. I was like, this shit, like they about to try to come up in here now. Like, what the fuck? Could somebody call for an ambulance?
They the real biggest gang of
the world. It's not just America.
People are
it's the
scared
world.
of the police in general.
And that
The police
y'all
in
bringing
general,
up the fact that a supervisor on duty or the cop in charge or whatever the motion of that is. Why have body cams if no one is monitoring these body cams, specifically
In real time.
supervisors and
A live
person
body
of-
cam
and
in
a
real
person
time.
of
Not
each
what
authority
you see
of
later on.
different type of emotions, like the healthcare worker, they're with them to help diagnose the situation. Like on the movie John Q, the people that was behind the scenes really trying to assess the situation, get into the mind and the whole being of the situation before making an
All right,
actual
first off, we're
judgmental
not
call.
gonna get into the hospital workers and John Q. That's a fucking.
I'm just saying.
I hear shit. That's a whole nother conversation. When we ready to open a hospital, we gonna bring the motherfuckers up too. But right now, we're talking about the police. We're not gonna demonize nobody.
kid.
Oh,
yeah.
How much before the you
Nice meeting you. I think I met you somewhere.
I
I don't
came
know
on
where.
shows a million times.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I seen you before.
We was actually talking about doing the radio show before, but I never gave you a call. Yeah, so we definitely gonna be.
No, but the real situation that I was trying to get to at the end of the day.
Before you leave from out of here,
Yeah.
Can you let them know that there is a petition for department because
I started a petition. This was earlier in 2021, I believe. One of the police officers in East Cleveland killed someone. a young Black boy, and his family reached out to me because they said that the streets had told them that I could help. So all I knew to do was to, like I said, I like to bring people together. So I put a petition together. I have over 2,000 signatures on it about the corruption in East Cleveland and about everything that they've been doing. When I put that petition together, a lot of people in the community start to reach out to me, letting me know about how much corrupt was really going on. I was born and raised in East Cleveland, so I felt it was my duty to step up because somebody needed to step up. The thing is, I was the only one stepping up. I'm a woman. I don't feel protected, you know what I'm saying? So I sort of fell back because listening to all those stories made me realize that the East Cleveland Police Department is harassing women, stalking women, people stalking their children because of the stuff that they doing. So I fell back, like I said, because it was just me fighting for the people. Nobody was really stepping up. But now that there are more people really trying to handle this situation, 2 people just signed that petition like 3 days ago. So the petition is still active, but it hasn't been nobody signing it. So I felt like with everything that's going on, people have revisited that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you got a new signature. I was like, damn, like that's what's up. So I like I said, I'm just always here to try to help my community and make a difference. So I think we're definitely bringing that petition back out here because that petition brought out all the stories. And all the real stories about how the police officers are really, truly harassing the community in East Cleveland. Men and women taking men's money, harassing women for dates and a lot of other stuff. So I think once all of that shit come back out, we're going to really see that the police officers in East Cleveland are like demons. You know what I'm saying? They like taking over our community when they supposed to be serving and helping.
And they saying she didn't have no help or whatnot, people saying that. So again, through what My Loud Radio just said is that the police are basically, they're doing the harassing. From what my video will show is that's almost true because I never even knew anything about none of this. So that's why most of my point was when the officers, they'll make up stories. And these people are living in their own community, and they scared of the people that they supposed to be able to call. So that's like again, when I don't take out what happened to myself, I never knew any of this until I put my video up. I mean, I just know certain stuff that I don't like about East Cleveland, but I wasn't calling them corrupt because I don't know that.
Right.
But when I put my video up, all these people reached out to me and they was telling me their stories, and then I learned about this
domestic terrorism.
Right.
Yes.
When I learned about it was happening in East Cleveland, but man, listen, the petition that she has, this petition has them even has a lawyer, a public defender is on there.
All the
saying,
comments, it's so many comments. Everybody is saying what happened to them. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's 2,000 some people.
That was our next petition.
We gonna put the link in the bio.
Yeah, they all were on there telling all those stories.
That's crimes against humanity.
Right.
It's like said, at the end of the day, we are humans.
I wanted to get that part. I knew it was something that you had to say.
Well, only thing you're gonna miss when you go, we probably do an announcement next week. And we're gonna send out a contact list for everything we talked about because we about action.
Okay.
We're gonna make it happen.
And then, I always, like I said, I can bring more people.
We can help.
That's what I do.
We can do.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm having a Freedom Friday on Friday. And Freedom Friday is something that I put together to bring attention to that's in the Cuyahoga County Jail and the prison system.
All right, we know all about that.
Right. So, we are having that at right across the street at Comic Club this upcoming Friday. And this time I have some a chief staff and who work with felons. So they want to actually partner and help people who are getting out of prison to directly connect them with some jobs. So we can stop the recidivism so they won't have to keep going back. So that's what I got going on.
Yeah, I like it.
I really speak up and do everything about prison because I'm recently incarcerated. Well, not recently. I'm a returning citizen, so that's what I usually do. But I just so happen to give a fuck about everything else in the world.
We're working on adult residential living facilities. We about to implement more halfway houses for
Oh, that's what's up.
for criminals, and even though they say violent criminals,
Right.
But we want to start stopping the pipeline, the prison pipeline.
Yes, that sounds great.
See you later. Nice meeting everybody. Pardon, ladies and gentlemen, a quick little intermission.
Intermission. Take an intermission real quick. Oh, you don't touch me. That's it. Look, this wasn't even showing the interview. People ain't even seen nothing. It's just sitting there like that. Just sitting.
I gotta say this, man.
I'm ugly.
I know this. I appreciate her because she wasn't scared. I appreciate her because she wasn't scared, and she wasn't scared. You feel me?
We can't be scared.
On anything, man.
Don't be scared. What is this? It say something. It say live art. What? Share. Oh, it shared the meeting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good enough. So we came up with a lot of notes.
Hold on.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, I was still alive too. It can keep going, but we go. You want to
Talk some stuff about me.
They always know stuff about us at this point.
listen, I appreciate everybody that tuned in to this stream, everybody that came through. Again, I'm Dominique, DomPrints on Life, and Freedom Fighter 216. I appreciate, again, everybody that came through to the stream. If y'all can, if you got somebody, and if you see somebody pulled over by 4 police officers on one car, it's okay to stop and make sure everything is okay, man. That's okay, man, because even this not just with the police. Like if I see somebody doing something, because I grew up in my neighborhood, we did stuff. That's what we did, so, but you need that voice of people that's going to be like, hey, cut that out. And sometimes we don't got that. A lot of times we don't got that, because imagine like with this domestic terrorist that he's talking about, I'm in agreement to that. If this person got their knee on this dude's neck for 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes, and all these people, they just got phones up like this, I'm kind of upset more so about the people recording. And it's sad that we got to be scared to almost defend or help somebody out. And that's what we've been taught, to be against each other and don't help the next person out. So no, I'm not going to be scared to stop again. But what I will say is that be prepared. And if we have a company like ARES, what ARES is supposed to do, I'll tell y'all that, and then we're going to break this meeting. He probably said in the beginning for y'all.
Yeah, they heard about ARES.
Okay.
It's community policing. We're gonna be helping people put together business plans for veterans and community leaders to police their own communities and find a living doing it, and to be able to pay themselves and make a living wage off. It's one of the most important things we need right now is security in the world. We need security in the world, Craig.
Why do you think why do you think ARES is for the why do you think that the veterans are the ones? Why do you think veterans should be the ones that police the community or police the police and the community?
Because most veterans I met, even veteran police officers, they be the best cops. They have a sense of duty to serve and protect their country. They don't want to come home and work at a fucking pottery barn. Let them, if anybody walking up and down the damn streets with guns, let it be the veterans. Let them protect the community. You think some weirdo snatching kids gonna ride around the neighborhood where he know motherfucking trained veterans walking up and down the street with ARs on their shoulders, and the community is okay with it because they know this guy, and they probably even feed him. Hey, come get some pie. Oh, you hungry? Come on, barbecue in the back. You feel me? That's how our communities used to be ran.
Exactly.
Even we didn't have permission to have guns and protect our communities, but we did it. And they got mad at us for doing it. Like, we got to protect our communities. Most guys that got caught with guns weren't drug dealers and shit. Those guys protecting their communities. They guns on. So I think that the veterans, they perfect for it. They perfect to police America.
I mean, it makes sense now that I would say pretty much at this point, 90% of them are home now because
Yeah, all of them
the
home.
Middle East is, they probably got just a handful of people over there to kind of relieve still the emotions that are needed and obviously to work for the embassy. But it only makes sense that we give our veterans an opportunity. Like Alex said, instead of them being somewhere where they don't want to work, doing something that they've already been bred to work.
I'd rather somebody who really went and trained guns and fighting and how to protect themselves and others and have a sense of community and country than somebody who just wanted a fucking job.
Right.
Or because their parents did it. And it was the easiest job to get after high school, shit like that. Or not even high school. I don't even know what they fucking education level is required to be.
Right.
So,
right.
like, that whole thing with,
No, I get you on the training. I get you.
Right,
It all fall down to training and how you deal
and
with people.
sense of duty. You gotta want to do what you do. I want my burger flipped by the motherfucker that enjoy flipping his burgers, not the one that hate it. It's gonna be a different flip on that burger. You feel me?
And what's different about the training of the cops versus the military is that the military continually trains you over your whole entire course of your career.
And then you got
have to get
mandatory
trained
training
take
every other
quizzes and
month,
tests
every other year.
to pass
You
through.
gotta
So
make sure, yup.
you
And then
stay
they
on your
evaluate
P's
you.
and Q's.
The Ohio training. I know this meeting is not just for Ohio, but where this had taken place in Ohio, they haven't even been requiring that these officers, auxiliary cop, was able to assist these cops to do this to me. They're not even being trained. So imagine having to submit your life to people that's not even being trained to. Okay, you get on the ambulance and they don't know how to give CPR. They don't know how to put the things in your arm. So these police officers don't know your rights, and they almost only don't even know their rights. So, like I said, we go end the meeting because we can keep going about this.
But we'll be back.
But if you have any suggestions, make sure y'all type them up under here. And the next meeting, we'll make sure that people know in advance, at least 2 to 3 weeks. And we appreciate
Tell them to
y'all.
follow the pages and stuff because that's what we're gonna be doing that update.
We'll make sure
Okay.
that the links are all
The links gonna be
below
in the-
on the side
for
above
sure.
to this way.
For sure.
Oh, you gonna put the links on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And y'all have a good one. We out.
Well,
So-